Good morning, traders. So, how do we trade the Aussie today? I think the situation hasn't really changed from yesterday. We are grouping with the oscillators here, and it is starting to either look like consolidation, as I've mentioned already, but I think the consolidation that we could very well be driving is a flat top triangle. Okay, the oscillators grouping like this is a bit of a worry for me on the daily because that is starting to indicate we are a little bit tired. And we are at a fairly significant level, being this previous resistance, which has now been used as support. And you can see if I look to the left, there's quite a bit of interaction over the months with this level. Okay. From our moving average strategy, we've had a daily crossover here, which is a good sign. The only negative part of this crossover is there's a big divergence at the moment. So in other words, the moving averages are far apart from each other. Okay. So let's just break down to the lower time frame, sorry. And we've got we've got a couple of things we can do. We can either sort of do that, okay, or from the bottom of this fractal across, and the other way, like I said yesterday, ignore the diagonals and focus on the horizontal lines. Now, if you look at the 4-hour, you can see how the oscillators are moving off. We're outside the Bollinger now to the downside, and this is pretty much a no man's land at the moment. So this is looking very much like a consolidation and a consolidation, potential consolidation break to the upside. Okay, now being on the 4-hour chart at the moment, you'll notice we are still above the moving averages. Okay, moving averages have come together, and we're also still above the 200 EMA. Now, I suspect a lot of the indecision in the market yesterday was related to the rand, because the dollar is basically been weakening. I just want to have a look at that quickly. So the dollar at the moment, the rand strengthened ever so slightly, but it is sitting at 13.91. So it has the dollar sold off significantly, not the rand. So the rand has strengthened quite a bit, and with this market with a strong rand, that often equates to a weaker top 40 because most of the stocks here are rand hedge stocks. In other words, their profits are in dollars. Okay, so that's the one element to this. The next element is that we have Tencent up another 2% today. Yesterday, Naspers followed Tencent. Tencent was up 0.5%. Naspers was up 0.6%. So I suspect we're going to get the same today. So what you may find today is a gap up and a potential break above this triangle. Okay, so I'm changing my tune slightly from yesterday. Yesterday I was still thinking this is looking like on more of a longer term consolidation. But I think what I see now is we have stayed above the 200. Okay, we did break up and then come back and test it. So we formed kind of a little indecision doji bar. And I think what you need to do is take the low. Let's just get to the hour. And you want the low of yesterday, which is there, and the high of yesterday. That is your, how do I put it? That is your, those are your levels that you need to pay attention to. Now, the last thing I'm going to do here is just put a Fibonacci on this range, and you'll see that we are between the 61.8 and 76.2, basically where we closed. Okay, so long as this level of 48270 holds, I would go long. Okay, so let's get rid of the noise here, and so 48265. 48265 is my level to the bottom, and I would just round that off to 48260. So that would be a level. Just bear in mind that we do have a gap here, Okay, so there is a previous breakout that hasn't been tested, this tail. And looking at the hour, you can see the oscillators did cross over yesterday and pointing down. So, there is still potential for a move down. You can see we've broken this channel as well. Okay, so just be wary of it. But I think I must say confident, but I'm probably about 60% confident that so long as this bottom level down here holds, which is 47,830, so long as that holds, we're fine. But a closer level to where we are is 48,263. Okay, so call it 48,260. That's the level that you want to hold. So if price stays above that in the first half hour of trading this morning, I think it's worthy of taking a stab. Just keep a very tight stop. Just keep your stop below this level. If it works out, it'll be a very good trade. If it doesn't, then you can probably pick it up at the next level down, which is going to be down here, or somewhere between these two levels. Okay, and being Aussie, don't discount this level here. Okay, so this is the previous gap close. But I do believe that this is now starting to look like a consolidation break to the upside. Okay, yes, this channel is broken, but it could be that kind of thing, a rising, well, you want a falling wedge, but this is, it doesn't matter which way you look at this. If I put the next line in here, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we do have a diamond pattern as well. Okay, so whichever way you spin it, this is a consolidation range sitting between pretty much there. So a break above the high of yesterday is definitely going to trigger a lot of trades to the long side. Okay, so that's my view on this today. I'm anticipating longs, so I'll probably be looking at longs. Let's just have a quick look at the ichimoku, see if anything's changed here. I just want to start on the daily. So we haven't got a crossover of Kijinsen and Tenkan-sen on the daily yet. Okay, we are sort of in overbought territory. Okay, but we have come off a little bit. So it's not really seriously in the overbought territory. We're below the negative 20, and the negative 20 on the percentage William R is the level that you need to watch. So, no clear-cut decision here, but it is starting to look. You can see how the moving. How Tenkan-sen is pointing up. Okay, if we look at the 4-hour, you'll see we have broken up, but we still have a flat Kijinsen. So there is still merit to be cautious that this thing could swing down and come and test the cloud break. Okay, that would be the most logical thing to do with most markets, but this is Aussie and there's no logic to this market. So for me at this stage, the 1 hour is very much flat, but look at the oscillator here. We're in oversold territory. Okay, oversold territory. We are on Kijinsen, which is pretty much a level. Okay, and there isn't another level to look at the moment. You probably find it on the lower time frames, but this is setting up for a break, in my opinion, anyway. So that is what I'll be looking at. So pretty much look at that first half hour of trading, and you can see on the 12 minutes we've had a bearish crossover. We are on the bottom of the cloud here. So that just reinforces my view at the moment. So there is a level. It's a flat cloud. You see flat cloud that side, flat cloud that side. That is a resistance level or a support level at the moment because we're above it. Okay, and it is also, look at this previous breakout here. Okay, so that is why I say it's worthy of taking a trade here after the first hour of trade. Just keep your stop below 48 to 30. Okay, So that's kind of what we're looking for. If that trade fails, wait for the next level. There will be another level at the bottom of this range, probably around here somewhere, which is 47,844. If that fails, then rather just walk away from it and pick something else. But I suspect one of those two levels is going to hold up. And we do have a potential for a breakup, bearing in mind the US finished up 2% yesterday. Okay, so that's my view on the Aussie for today. I hope it helps, and just keep those stops tight. You never know what could happen with this thing. And I'll catch up with you later. Enjoy your day. Cheers for now.